Hello, good afternoon, welcome to New Forest Morphs. Thank you everyone for your love and support over the last couple of videos we put out. Appreciate that. And Jared and I are talking today about several things. We're going to focus on the Batman and Pompei projects, but with a twist. And what we're going to do to kind of put our own New Forest Morphs on that genetic. There's a lot that's been done with it, Jared. It's quite an old project. It's been at least 5 or 6 years in the making. Justin Kabelka was the one that showed us the way. And the Batman project's been very popular. It has crashed in price over the last 3 or 4 years, which is understandable because many people now are into the leopard spot nose clown projects, and I think quite a few people have hit them now, and as the market supply increases the price will come down. But the key with these projects is that you can use them as a building block for other projects. So the Pompei comes off the Batman project, and can you remember what you add to the Batman project to get the Pompei, Jared?
Redstripe.
Redstripe,
and black pastel.
Black pastel, and one other genetic as well. I think it's yellow belly has to go in as well, I believe.
Okay.
So if you put yellow belly, black pastel, or Redstripe. Now we are currently looking at bringing a Redstripe into our collection, and we've got a guy who is currently looking at providing some pictures for us so that we can get into the Redstripe. And I think it's a Redstripe yellow belly, isn't it? Is it Het Clown?
Het Clown.
Het Clown is what we're thinking of buying. And if we bring that girl in, we can then plug in some other genetics to kind of produce the Pompei. It's not easy to hit a Pompei, but quite a few people are starting to hit them because there's so many genetics that need to mix and mingle and come into play. The other thing we're going to discuss today, Jared, is you come up with some nice variations on yesterday's video, because we were talking about bringing black pastel into the hypo, and Jared has very nicely sent me some pictures which I'm going to show you some of the, just building on yesterday's hypo pied clown project that we're on. Jared sent me some pictures of what he would like to see, and I think if I can get those up, let's have a wee look. There you go, there's an example, and I think Miguel hit one of these, didn't he? This is a black pastel hypo clown. And when you looked at that, Jared, you fell in love with that, didn't you?
Yeah, I love that. The orange and the browns and the blacks.
Yeah.
It looks like a Halloween snake to me.
Yeah. Now, black pastel, there are various versions out there, and I think it's Tom, I've forgotten the name of it now, Tom Hambard. There's a version that's particularly strikingly good, very nice, which a lot of people can now shed test to get that line of black pastel, or this separate genetic actually, it's not just the line. So we don't have, I don't think we have black pastel in our collection.
We've got one.
We have one, yeah.
Yeah, it's this champagne.
Okay, we've got a black pastel champagne.
Ngozi.
Yeah. So we're not 100% certain what version he's going into shed right now. Yeah. But the other thing is that we know that cinnamon and black pastel are very, very similar. And we have actually hit some cinnamon clowns. Now, because you want the black pastel to go into the clown, you don't necessarily have to have the black pastel to get the same effect. Now what I should really show you is a picture of a Pompei, so you can see what a Pompei looks like. Just bear with me when I get that up. I think you sent me a picture, Jared, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just have a wee look. So here's an example of a, let's have a look, Pompei. I don't know whether that's zoomable, if this, that might be Justin Kabelka, but
yeah, that's kind of.
So the reason why it's called Pompei, Jared, is the lava flow over its back. That's how they named it. And they have another animal called the magma, and there's lots of different versions. People have put another gene in there called special, and I think you sent me a picture of a special.
Yeah, I love this one.
This is the one I think that we would like to get in, and there's an example of a special Pompei. And when that was hit, it's the yellow belly and spot nose brings out the reds in the snake. So once you put yellow belly and spot nose together into a clown,
and the red stripe as well,
and the red stripe, these are all things. We've got cypress that can make it even brighter. We've got cypress to talk about, and we've also got the vanilla, which could really spice things up. And we've also, although we haven't got the black pastel, this is the picture of the animal that we're looking to bring into the collection, and that is a red stripe yellow belly het clown girl, and these are the two ingredients that we need in the clown project. So what we could do is, we do have a stud boy that's carrying the leopard. We have a leopard clown, don't we, Jared?
Yep.
And Hercules is our stud boy, and he's out of shed. So let's bring him out and have a look and see how he's looking. Okay, Jared, you want to have a look at him? There he is. So he's about 3 years old now, isn't he? But he's sired a lot of our clutches from last year, and you can see that he's got the leopard head stamp. So you can see that he's Enchy, pastel and lesser, and you can see that over time the colours of the animal do start to fade out a little bit, and they do start to yellow out a little bit.
Yeah, he was really bright yellow with a
As a
black
hatchling,
stripe.
he was very bright, but you can still see on the sides that he's still carrying the leopard spots. Just about see them, but the lesser and fades out. But you can see he's got a beautiful colour eye. Look at the colour of the eye, Jared. Isn't he beautiful? And we just love him a lot. He's basically produced so many wonderful clutches for us last year, and he's bouncing back beautifully. He's eating well, and we'll be bringing him into next year's breeding rotation again. Very valuable animal. But we're going to have a look at some of the offspring that he's produced for us, and maybe some of the girls we've paired into, and see what they've produced as the building blocks for the Batman and the Pompei projects. So Jared, you've got a girl next to you, which I bought 3 or 4 years ago. I bought a pair of spot nose het clown girls, and you know I love my hets. We basically grew them up over 3 years, and one of them went last year for us, and that would have been Tess. So if you want to see how Tess is,
She's going into shed at the moment.
yeah. But she looks like she's put on a good size, Jared. She's eating well.
Yeah, she's rebounded well.
Yeah. Today we're feeding our females. We've got 100 prey items out. Behind you, Jared, if you want to show everyone what we've got out ready to feed. You can see the assortment of animals that we've got there. We've got some large rats for the big girls, and there'll be a 200-gram rat, which looks a bit big, but believe you me, when you only feed them once every 2 weeks, that will sustain them for 2 weeks. We've got 150-gram rats, which we use for the medium-sized girls, and then we've got some big Maltese. Just show the big Maltese, Jared, at the back there. Just show the range that we've got. And those big Maltese, Jared, are for our fussy girls that only like Maltese, but at least they're going to have a decent prey item, because that's the tactic we've found to bring these girls up, is to give them a high quality large Maltese that actually they love, and that helps them get going. So the other girl that we bought, so we've given you one of the spot nose. I think that one was carrying an extra gene in her as well. I think
That was vanilla spot nose.
she was the vanilla spot nose, and we'll show you some of her offspring in a minute. Show the other girl that we've got down here, Jared, because this girl decided not to go. She reabsorbed. I think she got up to about 15 mil follicles and didn't want to go any further. And there she is. So we're hoping that we can get her into condition, ready to go for next season, and hopefully produce some Batmans with her. So she's a spot nose.
You see the head stamp.
Yeah, she's a spot nose het clown girl. So she has the potential to produce some nice Batmans for us. So again, I think we would put Hercules to both of these again to try and hit the Batman. And let's have a look at. I'll bring the offspring to us here, Jared. Let's have a look at the offspring, see how they're doing. They're both now feeding nicely, and I'll bring them to the table, Jared. Okay, so which one should we go for first, Jared? Now, bearing in mind there are rats permeating in the room, we've got to be careful we don't get bitten here. But this is your favourite girl. This is a pastel vanilla spot nose clown called Rudy, named by Emily. And we're not 100% certain whether she is or not carrying the leopard gene. It's quite funky.
Pretty sure.
Jared thinks probably not. There is a chance that they can also be carrying Enchy, but I'm not sure I can see any Enchy in there. But the father's got Enchy, so that one's got lesser. Would you say that one's got lesser?
Definitely. Yeah.
So that's a lesser. I don't think we've put that on the label, Jab. We need to add lesser onto the label. A vanilla lesser spot nose clown minimum. Could have Enchi and pastel. Could have Enchi or even leopard in as well. But she's doing really well. Let's get the scales now, Jab, and see how she's doing. She eats every week, and she's a beautiful girl. I'm expecting her to be over 100. So let's just have a wee look and see where we are.
Just zero them out. Go for it.
There we go.
162.
Wow, she's doing really well. And she's taking rat fluffs. She can smell the food. She's got a very, very healthy appetite, Jared. But isn't she beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this one here.
She already sort of looks a little bit like a magma and like a Pompei.
She does. She really does, and she doesn't have
the reds.
She doesn't have the yellow belly in there. But I think the thing that's helping is the vanilla's helping, and I think the spot nose and vanilla as a combination. And look at the face. Look at her on her face pattern's beautiful, Jared. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she's got a lovely green eye, lovely temperament, and I love what spot nose does to the clown.
Yeah.
So this is one of our favourite creations of this year. Now this girl here, she has, we think, spot nose, possible lesser clown.
I don't think there's lesser. I think it's a pastel spot nose.
A pastel spot nose clown. She's looks like she's going into shed a little bit.
That would be my guess. Pastel spot nose.
So a pastel spot nose clown could have vanilla in her.
I think the difference between the two is the lesser.
Yeah. There's no Enchi in that one, is there? She's not got Enchi banding, has she? Or has she?
She's got banding.
I wonder if she's carrying Enchi, you know, because look at the banding on her. So we're still trying to work out. They are both holdbacks, so even if we get our labelling wrong, once they're up to size, we'll soon find out what they're carrying. But two beautiful. And if I actually bring them out together, Jad, maybe we can try and get a nice thumbnail, because this will be probably a nice thumbnail if we can get one. And we haven't weighed this girl. Shall I weigh her first? See what she's doing.
She's 90 grams.
So she's 90.
She only had her first proper meal yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, well, it was early in the week, Jad. But there you go. There's two really, really beautiful, stunning spot nose clown combos, which are the basis of our Batman and Pompei projects. Really, it's taken it to the next level. We've still got the mother that obviously will produce spot nose clowns for us, but I think this is going to take things to the next level, because everything is going to be a visual clown that we put to them, and then we can start to thread in all the other genetics as well, is the plan. Okay, so there we go. Let's just put those ones back, Jared. While we're doing that, do you want to get out our special animal, because we want to bring special into this project, and we've got to work out how we're going to weave that in. So we have got a special animal down here, Jan. I think it's Jasper. Is it Jasper?
Yeah. It's a crystal, so Mojave special.
Yeah, let's bring that one over. Let's have a little look and see how that one's going.
And he's het for pied.
Yeah, so the plan here, Jared, is we were going to produce some special pieds, but we can also put him to a clown, a visual clown girl, and we could either produce a special het clown, or the other option we've got is we can buy our own special clown. They're not too expensive, Jared. That might be the call, to get special into the clown, but he's beautiful, isn't he?
Yeah.
Part of the Bell complex. Lovely animal. So that's special Mojave going together.
That's called a crystal.
And it's called a crystal, yeah. Now the one that I'm really looking forward to getting in, because we don't have the black pastel at the moment, Jared, we have hit some cinnamon clowns, and we know that they are, I think, boys, which is quite helpful, because cinnamon is very similar to black pastel, Jared. And when you think about cinnamon going into the project rather than black pastel, you're going to get a similar look to the Pompei. And so let's just bring out those and just show you what we could do with those and how we could thread those, weave those into our collection. So we've got some torpedo, and we've got Toblerone, I think. Is it Toblerone?
And the I don't think that one's cinnamon. I think it's the one next to.
I'll bring it out anyway, because I think if we bring out the 3, we still haven't quite identified exactly what we've got here. And there's one more. And I think, are they all males now?
I think the pastel clowns are female, and the other 2 are males. So the 2 that are definitely cinnamon are male, and then the one that we're not sure about.
Yeah. Okay, so if we just have a wee look.
So this is the least amount of genes in the bunch.
Yeah. And that one we think is a minimum of a pastel clown, but it looks different to a pastel clown. Look at the spots on the bottom and coming up, Jared. There's something else happening there, isn't there? You see that? I mean, it is a beautiful, beautiful animal. And it's putting on good weight, Jared. So we're not 100% certain what we've got here, but absolutely stunning animal. Lovely. But I think it's a boy. You've sexed it, Jared.
That's a girl.
So we've got a girl. Okay.
These
now,
2 boys.
These are the 2 boys. So if we were going to plug in any boy to those other clown girls, this would be carrying the pastel lesser cinnamon, I think, that one. And she's beautiful. She's put on good size. We can weigh her, Jared, and see how much she weighs as well.
130.
130, which is lovely. And then we have this one here, which I think is beautiful without the lesser. This is a pastel cinnamon, and I think they are beautiful, Jared, aren't they? How about that for a beautiful snake?
Yeah, I think that's my favourite out of the clutch.
Yeah.
Might not be the full gene, but looks wise, definitely.
So we could bring this one into the project, and that would thread the cinnamon gene in. And
this one is 99 grams.
99, so they are starting
Just
to
pushing the 100.
do well now, which is lovely. Thank you, Jared. So we'll slip those ones back, and then we will put these ones back as well. Okay. Were there any other genetics you wanted to, any other twists on the Pompei, Jared, that you were thinking?
We've got a vanilla leopard here, vanilla Enchi lesser clown.
Right, let's have a
I
look
don't
at
know if
this
it's
one.
got leopard or not in it, but
Let's have a little look and see. This one's a little bit striky and it loves its food, so we've got to be careful. It's doing well. I think it's probably got Enchi in there, Jared. It might
Enchi
even
lesser,
yeah,
vanilla.
yeah,
I'm not sure about the leopard.
yeah. She's very striky, so and she's putting on good weight, isn't she? Putting on good weight.
She's
It's a
got
boy,
almost
I
200.
think it's a boy actually. It's a boy, Jared.
175.
Yeah, doing really well. Beautiful animal, Jared. Absolutely gorgeous.
That's another one you can incorporate into it.
Yeah. Lovely. So we've got that as the possibilities going forward on the Pompei Batman project. But I think we definitely need to get Redstripe and Yellow Belly in, Jared. I mean, we do have Yellow Belly in an Orange Dream. I think if you put Orange Dream and Yellow Belly into the Pompei project, that could be really interesting, because here we've got Orange Dream and Yellow Belly in this boy, and he's also got the leopard in as well. So if we were to use Bellissimo, that could bring Yellow Belly and Orange Dream into the mix. So it might be worth us putting this boy to one of our spot-nosed girls, Jared.
Yeah.
Because that way we'd end up with, the only problem is
Head to head.
head to head is going to reduce the numbers of clowns, therefore best not to do a head to head on this case, because you want so many other codoms to go in there. So it may not, if we had a visual version of this, is what we need to create, a visual boy that's got Yellow Belly and Orange Dream in, I think is what we need to do. We have got some het forms, though, Jared, that have got those in, but it's unfortunate we didn't hit the visual, but we've got some beautiful het
If we
forms.
can hit a visual male this year, he'll be ready to go to those 2 females
Yeah.
in the next year or so.
Yeah, I mean, I think Enchi Leopard, Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, Het Clown. This one's a girl.
She's a beautiful snake.
She's doing so well, isn't she? Isn't she beautiful? So that's what the orange stream and yellow belly will do. Imagine that going into the Pompei project, yeah. And that one I think is carrying leopard as well.
Definitely.
So leopard, orange stream, yellow belly, het clown. Which I think, I mean, she's a girl, isn't she?
Yeah.
So if we do hit a stud boy, she could prove to be very valuable, getting the yellow belly and orange stream into a
146.
into a clown project, because she's carrying the het form. So maybe if we were to breed
oranges.
Yeah, she's got 3 of the genes that we want into the Pompei, so she could be very useful going forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she is lovely. So it's interesting. There's so many different options, and until you actually get these animals out and start discussing them, it's difficult to know exactly where you're going to go. But it's quite a few options, I think, there, Jared. But she is absolutely beautiful. So that's lovely. Right, so we've got the gravel. Now we could introduce the gravel into, the problem with introducing the gravel clowns into the Pompei is you end up with highways.
Yeah.
You end up with highway clowns, but you probably end up ruining the Batman project, because you end up with a highway going down its back, and I don't think that's really the way to go.
No.
So we'll probably steer clear of the gravel going into there. So that's good. Now the other thing we want to do is we've got some beautiful news from 2 or 3 different people, friends out there, and we wanted to share with you a couple of things. Now before we do that, Jared sent me a picture of, coming back to the video yesterday, we were talking about the hypo true ghost. You sent me an example of what a true ghost looks like, and that's exantic and hypo mixed together, isn't it, Jared?
Yeah, this one's TSK.
Is that a TSK exantic? But you would get the same impact with the VPI or with M&J. You would get beautiful similar looks. But I think that one does look very pretty, so that might be a nice thing that we can look at.
Almost a desert ghost effect.
It really is, yeah. So let's just have a little look and see. The other things I was going to share is we've also got a nice message from Paul Christian from PMC Pythons. I want to give him a shout out. That's his company. Now he has sent me some pictures of the projects that he's going. Now he's been going on for 20 odd years, Jared. And when we put a deposit on this snake, I asked him to send me pictures of the cloaca of the animal we want to buy. And Jared, what's the reason that we ask for pictures of, if you can't go there in person, what's the benefit of asking for pictures of your snakes?
I think there's multiple reasons. You can make sure that the actual health and condition of the snake is good.
Yeah.
Mites, if they've got mites, they tend to hang around the cloaca area, so it's a good sign that there's no mites. They also go in the eyes and in the heat pits as well.
Yeah.
So looking closely at them, you can make sure they've got no mites.
Yeah. And so basically, when you're buying a snake, if you're not going there in person, it's sometimes really wise to actually get focused pictures of what you're buying, just to make sure everything's all clean and covered. And I think what Paul's done is organised the shipping. It's coming in September, basically we've put down the deposit. We've got to pay the balance, and we'll take care of that in the next few days. But looking at what we're getting there, this is the example of the genetic that we're buying into, which is, can you see we've got orange dream, yellow belly and leopard, very similar to our boy Bellissimo, but he's carrying the 3 hets for the ultra clown pied. So that's our bridge, and that actually, it's a girl, isn't it, Jared? So
yeah.
Being a girl, and I think she's 750 grams, so we've got an advanced triple het there. So thank you, Paul, for your kindness in organising that. And Paul's very good at communicating, comes back to you very quickly. I mean, honestly, when I asked for those pictures, they came back very quickly. And he's got some super exciting projects that he's building. He's very loved and respected in the industry. He goes back 20 odd years. He's connected to a lot of the UK breeders, of course, and also internationally with those in Europe. And he's connected with quite a few of the US breeders as well. So it's a new friendship that we're cultivating and enjoying. And this is the picture of the girl that we're buying. You can see the quality of the animal as an overall. But just wanted to give Paul a shout out. I think you'll be very, really pleased doing business with him. and he's got some super top-end projects that he's focusing on at the moment. So thank you, Paul, for your love and support. And also Paul's offered to take a few of our sheds to Ham to see whether we can identify some of the snakes that we are working on. So all's looking good there. Now I'm just trying to think. That was good. I wanted to also, just to finish the video, is we've got a couple of things here. We're sending out some love to one of our dear friends who've had a recent passing. In fact, we've got two bereavements that we've just experienced in the last couple of weeks. My uncle passed quite recently, and his funeral's today, so we're going to be preparing for that. Unfortunately, with my hip I can't travel, so we're going to be actually later this afternoon we'll be watching the ceremony from online, but obviously that's something we can give love and support remotely if we can't go there in person, and that's the beautiful thing about technology. And we also have another very loving family that we're connected to that's recently had a passing as well, and we want to send our love and our support and our sympathy and compassion for both families during their loss, Jared. It's always a very, very difficult thing when you lose someone very close to you. But just to finish on a very positive note, which is just following up from our lovely visit with Julie and Meellie yesterday that came in, and they bought a beautiful snake from us. They've named the snake Churro. Is it Churro, Jared?
Churro.
Churro. And let me just show you, and Julie, the mother's given me permission to share some of these pictures with you. And if you like, there's the picture of Julie and Meellie coming in yesterday. And Jared, you showed them around and you really enjoyed getting to know them.
Yeah.
Lovely family. And you can see they're both falling in love with the snakes here. And they did take one of our snakes yesterday. And I'll just show you how it's settling in, because there's a picture of Meellie with her new Viv. They've gone for organic. Got lots going on in there, Jared, and the transition is absolutely beautiful. He's making a great transition, and they've got two hides, got the heat mat underneath, and you can see that Meellie is absolutely she's delighted and over the moon. And then you can see they watch PGTV.
New voice morphs.
So I think Churro's got into snake heaven here. I mean, gone to a really beautiful home that you know it's going to be loved and cared for, Jared, and that's really what it's all about. Is when we do actually place these animals and sell them, you want them to go to good homes. You can see what they've done. They've gone really the full works. How beautiful that is. You see that, Jared?
Yeah.
Isn't it lovely? So they've got trees and they've got lots of beautiful things going on there. And two hides, and you can see Churro there in the background there, settling in. You see him there? In the foreground, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. And I think actually she did send me a little video, and I'll finish on this little video so you can see here how much love they're getting.
Royal python, Churro, who is currently burrowing into her armpit.
Churro, say hi.
He's beautiful, isn't he?
Say hi, Churro.
Hi, Jared.
Hi, Churro.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Churro.
So this is what we brought Churro home in earlier. This is his little travel box. Churro came from New Forest Morphs, who are absolutely lovely, really helpful. Really mind-blowing stuff on the breeding front that just sort of starting to understand. But yeah, this is Churro and what he is. In here is hiding in the back, warming herself, is Pretzel the corn snake, somewhere back there. That's Meellie and her snake just hanging out. The Bermuda's daddy. And then over here, where you've been watching New Forest Morphs video. And then we've got this Viv which we've set up so that Churro feels nice and cosy, hopefully. So, we're busy. Got some real planting in here, and there's going to be some isopods going in there as well. A couple of hides, nice cool one at this end.
Thanks for watching, and thank you so much. See you again. Bye for now.